Hey, what's up, Kris? I have been looking around on websites, and I've been trying to find one spot that I could show you, but it's tough to figure out. So I thought I'd make this little video. Anyway, pretty simple. If you go to any website, I'll show you three different ones. This one's not my favorite, but sometimes it's the cheapest and it's easiest to go to. But it might give you a good example. So if I search for acoustic drums, I just went into their drums and percussion tab up here. Went to acoustic drums, and I can look at different things. If you go low to high, they're going to show you a bunch of little pieces of drums and single toms and little kids drums and stuff like that. But if you're looking at drum sets, for example, you could look at something like this. Looks like it's by, well, this part is by brand. DW is one brand, and they have a beginner set, which they have a different name for. It's called PDP, or Pacific is what they used to be called. So DW is the expensive version, and then their kind of entry level kit is around $700. That's what you want to look for. I don't think you're going to want to recommend anything under $500. For example, here, Pearl, $600. Pretty decent quality. It's going to be a nice wood. It's going to come with the hardware. It's going to come with good, decent drum heads on it that'll last at least a few years, probably through middle school. They can probably change the heads in high school. But if you looked at something like this, like $99, obviously, they're going to trash it in 5 days. Even something like this, you got to look for what you're getting. $99, yeah, there's two less toms. It's just a three-piece kit. That would be for like a toddler. $600 for two bass drums and three toms, five toms and a snare drum for $600 is too good to be true, because it is. Now, let's see what else we can find here. Ludwig Accent is a good model to recommend. Basically, most people's favorite, as far as all the other drum set guys at Drumset Camp, we see all kinds at Drumset Camp, and kind of our favorite lately has been the PDP, which you can get more for your money. So it looks like they're offering another price range here around $300. I'm gonna say that's not gonna last very long if it's around $300 with cymbals and stands and throne and all the drums. It's probably a pile. Most of the problems that are going to come into play if you're not spending enough on your drums is just going to be the lastability, basically. Tunability, they're going to sound like turd no matter what you do. Something like this, Ludwig Accent for $600 is a little bit better. That's pretty much normal. It's going to be hard to see the difference. Maybe I can try it. It's going to be hard to see what I'm talking about, but basically the hardware, the posts coming out of the bass drum, the spurs are just going to be a much lower quality. This is something that you could get by with around $600 for everything. That's why I'm scared of this. Around $300 for everything means the cymbals are going to be completely like paper plates, basically. There aren't, they'd be good for someone if they're not sure at all, if they want to do percussion at all, but the resale value on something in the $300 range is really bad. Like, I'd be really, surprised if anyone got more than $100 back for a $300 drum set. The $600 to $800 range, you're probably going to get your money back. You might lose $100 maybe, just to be nice, but basically they keep their quality. They'll last forever. These two, this one looks a little bit better. This is D Drums new entry. I've never seen this one before, but I knew that they were going to make some entry-level kits for around $400. That's doable. This is a little more like it. This is the classic right here. If you're looking for someone who's a little bit more serious and wants something that will definitely last through high school and perhaps even college, I've even seen some professionals play with this kit for around $600. You have to take a look, though. This is just what's called a shell pack. So that means you just get the drums. No cymbals, no cymbal stands, no throne, no snare stand, no pedal for the bass drum. So clearly, if you were to tack on cymbals and hardware, this would be about $900. So you have to keep that in mind. They're trying to keep their prices low by, you know, just having it be the shell pack, and then the kid goes, "Mom, look, this one's only $629 and it's better." Well, then you got to go buy cymbals too. $500 for that. That's a pretty cool finish. I mean, you got to be honest, you got to look at stuff like that too. If it's really going to draw the kids' attention, and just the color of it is enough to get them to practice, then it's probably worth it. Here's Tama's version, $700, shell pack. So that's going to be a little more high quality. I mean, you could play with that through college, even professionally. Crush Drums, never heard of them, but that's getting up there in price too. Sound Percussion 5-piece junior drum set with cymbals, $200. No, it's too much. So yeah, this is something that would probably fall apart and is not going to last them. You couldn't make it through a week of drum set camp very successfully on that. To be honest, if you're going to spend for everything, if you're going to spend under $500, it's better to wait, save your money, and get a whole package deal that's more around the, you know, $600 range, $700 range. If it's absolutely not going to happen, then, you know, then one of these. Stage Star, Tama's lower version, comes with cymbals, $500. This could be a good deal if they're just going to play through, you know, middle school and high school. That would work. Pulse 5-piece for $275. That's, again, that's in that real crappy price range. All of them are good. They're all better than nothing. They're all better than no drums, but they're not necessarily preferred. This is my favorite website. We'll come back to that. This is a really good website, a really good store, I should say. I'll click on Acoustic Drums, see what we get. Let's try just, I don't know, availability. See what we get. Alright, so here's that $90. Not even worth it unless, you know, if it's just an accessory, like if it's just for fun. They're not actually going to learn drums at all on something like that. $200, junior drum set with hardware, cymbals, and throne. So that's a lot of stuff for $200. Not really worth it if you ask me. If it's, you know, if it's going to be a deal breaker, I suppose, but no resale value on that. Basically, anything under $500 is going to have, you know, it's going to be trashed. You can tell this is like Muppets version here. $200, 120, 120. They're really just trying to sell product at this point. This is kind of like the first act version for other instruments. 300, you know, maybe. I've seen a lot of these and they seem to be okay. They're really hard to tune. They don't sound good. The cymbals are really not good. Let's see if we can find something. Ludwig Accent. So now you're talking 500 for all that stuff with hardware, no cymbals. So that's something more like what I'm talking about. Most kids have that. If a kid becomes serious in high school, they're going to ditch these. They would ditch a $100 drum set or a $300 drum set or even a $500 drum set, and they're going to move up to you know, something in the $1,000 range just for the shells. And then at that point you start picking out cymbals one at a time. You start getting different hardware and you start to change your setup. So at that point you would just get a shell pack. So this is a good example of something that an EP high schooler who's into drum set would upgrade to. Or if their family has money and they're semi-committed, they might choose to do this from the beginning. Sending a kid to Guitar Center is a great way to get them educated. Make sure they're not going to walk out of there with a drum kit, because Guitar Center is good at talking people into it, and they really don't need to make this decision based on impulse buy. Alright, I'm talking too much. Anyway, if they are going to order it online, that's a little risky, you know, about musical instruments, to play it sight unseen and not be able to listen to it. Let's see, where would this be here? Like I said, I never bought drum sets on this site. I know that they had a drum set special going on. Concert, drum heads. Well, anyway, drum marching combo. There we go. Drum sets. Never bought a drum set off of here, but here they have it separated by brand. All the different brands are good. I would say that Yamaha obviously makes kind of mass-produced quality, but it is mass-produced. So if they want something a little more unique, they're going to go to one of these different companies. There's, you know, DW. There's Tama is big. D-Drum. There's lots of new companies out there. Let's take a look at Yamaha. And like this right here would be something. It's a different setup. It might be something that I would buy as a second drum set, or a high schooler would upgrade to. It's a really nice kit. $1,000, $900. These are all Yamaha. So right around here, Stage Custom Birch. Okay, so I have one of those. Our school has one of those. I think the orange one you guys had at Oak Point was one of these, and that's around $900. So it's a good quality drum set that'll last a high schooler through. You could play an entire career on that kit. But then once you jump down, this is the exact kit. No, almost the exact kit we have at CMS. It's great. It'll withstand any abuse that they can give it. So now we're looking at this. This is a little cheaper because it's only 4 drums. That's a cool kit. I like that. Tour Custom. So kind of we're getting down a little bit lower. And it looks like they're not really interested in doing the student line, because Yamaha makes stuff around $500 and then around $300 and around $200. Let's take a look at one more company and then I'll leave you alone. Let's check out Pearl. Pearl, here's a good example. Drum set with cymbal pack. Looks like that's a pretty good deal. Center stage. So they keep coming up with new ways of calling them. The standard we grew up with was the Pearl Export. And now they've got Pearl Forum, and now this one I've never seen, Pearl Center Stage. So they're really trying to hit all price points. It used to just be professional Pearl drums, you know, and then super high-end Pearl drums. So you had like the $3,000 kit, the $1,000 kit, and the $500 kit. Now they're splitting. They've got a $300 one, a $400 one, a $500 one, a $600 one. They're trying to hit anybody who's looking for a drum kit. These are the more expensive Pearl reference ones. Pearl Rhythm Traveler. So don't get, that's not normal right there. That's like a little fold-up kit. Vision VB. So this is another line I've never seen here. VB 5-piece Fusion. Why that one's $800 and this one's $500, I have no idea, because it looks the same. Both birch wood. Anyway, so you can see it's just really, it has a lot to do with what kind of drum set you want. If you're partial to a brand, if you're partial to a color, but it's a big decision. So have them take their time with it. Sorry this took so long, but maybe it'll help. Give me a call or shoot me an email or something. Thanks. Bye.